Hello crypto family and welcome back to Crypto Utility. If you want to be ready for crypto, then you are in the right place. Today we're going to be talking about the Pi network. Is it a good investment? And how high can the price of Pi go by the end of the year? So I hope you will watch to the end. We shall continue right after this intro. Looking at coin market cap, the markets do not look that great. It is because of Mt. Gox selling Bitcoin, Germany selling Bitcoin, and the USA government selling Bitcoin. So these are the things you need to bear in mind, guys, before you get fudded out, right? Because there is no chance that this cycle is over already, okay? Because when I look at stocks, they are going to all-time highs. Gold is smashing its highs. ETFs for Bitcoin and other cryptos is just starting. It hasn't even begun yet properly, right? Inflation is supposedly coming down. Global liquidity cycle is expanding. And you've got elections happening in the USA with a pro-crypto solution. And the only thing dumping, as you can see on the screen right now, is crypto. All I'm gonna say here, guys, is that I am 1,000,000% sure that this is pure manipulation. Institutions were never gonna let you win off their backs. They are now coordinating with other entities to push the prices down as far as possible. Number one, so they can buy in for cheap, and number two, they can shake you out. They don't want the average investor to be invested in crypto. They want to buy it all up before they run the markets back up in turbo mode. So guys, do not be consumed with the current momentum of this price action. It is not going to last forever, right? Because if you did worry about this short-term price downfall, then you will miss the overall picture. And you're going to base your investment thesis off of how you feel today instead of what the data says for the next 6 months, because this year it's going to be explosive for crypto and crypto is going to rise. Looking at the Pi price right now, down with everything else, priced at $33. But you have to remember that mainnet has not yet been launched, and the price being displayed for certain exchanges reflects the value of the IOU, and it may not be transferable across exchanges. So let's have a look at some numbers here. The market cap is showing as 2.2 billion, 24-hour volume is 295,000, and the max supply is 100 billion with a self-reported circulating supply of 68 million. I believe that number is wrong. It should be a lot higher because Pi has now been around for at least 5 years plus. What do I think about the price? Well, I'll give you my prediction at the end of the video, so stick around. But I love Pi. I have been mining the Pi coin on an app on my phone for at least 4 or 5 years now. It's free money, right? It's not taking me more than a second to press that button every day. So if you want a piece of the pie for free, because it's free to mine right now, maybe not in the future because their mainnet is coming close, which we're going to be talking about shortly, click the link at the top of the video in the description and register to get your free pie. So talking about the Pi network, it is the first digital currency you can mine on your phone. And I know that there's many others that you can mine on your phone today, but I think Pi has really stood out. And with some crypto projects, we know that to run a node, you have to buy thousands upon thousands of cryptos or invest so much money. With this, with Pi, you don't need to do that. All you have to have is a computer or a laptop that has the system capabilities to run a node, and it's free to run a node. And what that gives you is a better return on your investment. You get more Pi for your money. So guys, even now it's still a good time to get a node, because in the future maybe a node is going to cost a lot of money. Right now it's free to get a node. Talking about the future of Pi network, I think Pi is going to do really well. It's got more than 55 million plus engaged members, free to mine, 35 plus core team members globally, proprietary and revolutionary technology. I've heard many examples so far where Pi could potentially be working with eBay, Amazon, so many other big names out there. And we mustn't forget they are KYC enabled already. Everybody has to pass KYC before we move to mainnet, which is the future, because KYC is a requirement that you have to have nowadays. And we can't forget that it's based on the Stellar network. Stellar XLM, who is working with many governments, something that we adore and follow on this channel. XLM is going to do really well in the future because it's attacking real world problems. And we've got Pi network, who is based on the Stellar protocol. That's one of the reasons why Pi is going to do really well, because it's based on one of the best networks, Stellar. Talking about some updates on Pi, the network has reached over 11 million KYC pioneers and over 5.58 million mainnet migrated pioneers. So guys, they are moving fast ahead with their mainnet launch, which is going to be a massive event for people who have been mining the Pi token for a number of years. It's going to be massive, guys. I think we are going to be rewarded very handsomely for taking part in the Pi ecosystem. Looking at some more news, as introduced in the Pi Today announcement, they have now released a new lockup feature for mainnet migrated Pi in your Pi wallet to boost your mining rate. So the lockup will be immediately binding until your duration ends. Locking up mainnet Pi helps support a healthy and smooth ecosystem and incentivize long-term engagement with the network. So now they've got better lockup features for people who are migrated already. And what happens with these lockups, guys, is that the more you lock up, the longer you lock your Pi for, the better your return on investment. So you kind of get passive income for doing absolutely nothing. So Pi being at almost $33 supposedly right now, even though it's an IOU, it went to about $200 plus in the past. So if it was a high 2 or 3 digit number and you locked your Pi up and you got passive income, could give you that financial freedom for the rest of your life. And I think Pi is going to give a lot of people that freedom they've always wanted. And some more massive updates for the Pi token. Pi network soon to allow Pi withdrawals from ATMs, cross-chain bridge on July 15th. So I think what's happening here, guys, is you're going to be withdrawing your Pi using a QR code, but it's going to happen probably to the end of the year. And yes, Pi is going to be a big deal once the mainnet is open, because it is better than Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it is based on the Stellar blockchain. They have over 60 million people in more than 230 countries globally. And they have the largest blockchain network in the world with over 200,000 transaction processing nodes across continents. And yes, I agree that Pi is going to be used most likely in the future as a cross-border payment option, because based on Stellar, it's cheap, it's energy efficient, it's fast, right? China is leading the way right now because they have created digital currencies. When Pi opens its mainnet, you're just going to need to scan the Pi code to withdraw cash. This would be amazing. Many banks are already involved with the Pi network. Some of the names here include Bank of Egypt, Bank of China, World Bank, and more than 20 other banks. Cross-chain tests have been conducted on the Pi network, and there are many other options where Pi can easily be integrated into financial services across the world. And according to Stellar Network, the cross-chain bridge will be available on July 15th of this year, which is next week. And I have zero doubts that Pi could be used with Amazon or eBay as a payment solution, because it clearly fits the bill. So taking all of this into account, Pi's mainnet launch by the end of the year, so much utility happening, so many options for banks, online service providers, I can easily see the price of Pi hitting 3 digits, which would be $100 plus. And this price prediction is based on the mainnet launch, mega adoption across institutions and banks, and Pi bringing more utility to the app. on the Pi browser were things that solve real world problems for people across the world. Maybe paying in Pi would be the first thing, being able to pay with the Pi coin. And I think that's gonna be something that's happening either the end of the year or in 2025. So something that you can do right now, guys, Pi is free to mine right now. Use the link at the top of the video right now or in the description. Join my team. Let's mine Pi together while it's still free, because I think the free days are coming to an end and Pi is gonna rise to the damn moon.